had a car accident. Coming from the Atlanta City Games, totaled my car.
Oh my goodness.
Big new facility record, Natoya Goule will win the women's 1,000.
Even though I'm 34 years old, I'm still running amongst the best.
Off and running, the favorite is Natoya Goule.
And if I tried to give up, he was like, come on, sis, don't give up.
Natoya Goule with the lead in the women's 800 meters.
But I am really proud of the girl that I've become.
Natoya Goule coming down the home straight now.
I want to see us being paid equally as the men.
Hey everyone, Jamie here. Welcome to Flame Bearers Unedited, a brand new series bringing to you largely unedited conversations. We heard you loud and clear. You want to hear more stories of more elite women athletes from around the world. So let's jump in.
My name is Natoya Goule. I am from Jamaica and I am an 800-meter specialist for Jamaica and I represent ADIDAS as well.
So much to catch up on because I know you are a 3-time Olympian, you're a brand ambassador. Natoya, how did you first get into track and field?
Actually, I always tell persons, track chose me. You know, in Jamaica, we're big on track and field, we're big on sports. From 3 to 6 years old, we start to do like sports days. And we would like our potato race, which is with literally like, it's not potato, but it's like oranges. So we'll race each other to go get as much to put in the bag and then run to the line. I remember mostly when I was about 8 years old. I was in the 3rd grade. We have to do a cross country. So that's like the day before the big sports day. We will go and we will run, probably not too far away and come back. And so I was in front running. We turned around coming back. And my brother told me that he saw, because at that time, I think he was the 6th grade.
Okay. So you're 3rd grade, he's 6th grade.
Yeah. Well, he said that he looked up the road and he was like, is that my sister? Because I guess he was just probably chilling, not, men and their ego. I cannot let my little sister be me. Both of us was running side by side all the way back. And if I tried to give up, he was like, come on, sis, don't give up. Don't give up. And I was there running by myself. But, they were saying that he hold my hands and all that never happened. How can you hold my hand and we're running? He came first. And then I was second right behind him. And because the following year when I was in grade 4, they would set up each grade differently. So I was at the back. When I started out and I didn't get the chance to catch up, listen, I'm 9 years old. What do you want from me? They have it to say that, oh, you see, her brother was the one that pulled her. That's why she was able to come second overall and win as first female. Then I was grade 5 and 6. I bust up everybody. So what do you have to say about that now?
And no one pulled you then, yeah.
Oh, my brother's in high school, so you cannot say he pulled me.
Now, at that point, are you like, I'm destined for this? This is my calling. I clearly got something going on.
The funny thing is, I didn't know about boys and girls champs. Like, I don't know about Olympics. Like, I didn't know nothing about where I was. In Jamaica, when you get recruited, is when I come to the US, I learned the word recruiting because they love to say, oh, this school buy you or, But buy meaning like you would get money. You don't get no money. So they don't buy me. They recruited me. I ended up at Manchester High School. And then my first year there, I was too young to run the 800 and the 1500 at Boys and Girls Champs. So I ended up doing the long jump.
Okay.
The 13-year-old. So it was 2005 now that I really, truly get to start understanding everything. Well, 2004 when Veronica Campbell won the 200 at Olympics. That's when I knew about the Olympics. And Sharon Simsey came back. And she came back to Manchester High School that year. They celebrate her as an Olympian. So
talk to us after that. Who were your sports role models who you looked up to? If this idea of becoming Olympian kind of went off in your head at that point, who were the athletes, and in particular, female athletes who you looked up to?
Veronica Campbell Brown, of course, because that's when I knew about Olympics. So I'm like, I want to go to the Olympics, just like Veronica Campbell did. And Asafa Powell as well. I looked up to them a lot, and up to today. Me and Asafa, we're cool now. We're like friends now, and I love them. Him and his wife. I love them, So I knew them when I was, growing up. And of course, I love Sharon Simpson as well. She's such a little kid. But Veronica Campbell, she was the one that I was inspired by her. So I wanted to be like her. I wanted to go to the Olympics and do well for Jamaica, just like how she did.
Well, you've done more than do well. What are some of the things that fans don't get to see? So from the outside, you are absolutely killing it, crushing it. But I'm sure there's been some ups and downs for you along the way. So what do people not actually get to see?
Literally, before this Grand Slam in Jamaica, from January, stepped in, I've been sick on and off. Chest congestion, like I could barely breathe. I have to jump out of workout and, I would never finish. Like I was almost out of practice a whole week in January actually. And this was before Melrose game. And I couldn't train. I was sick. I couldn't move. I had the flu with the chest congestion, so I was weak. I couldn't, I sweat through my shirt the whole night. But then sweating helped a lot because the next morning it felt a little better. It went away. Then I went to Melrose Games. I ended up getting another chest congestion.
Oh.
Yes, because the AC turned off in the hotel while I was sleeping and I had on just sports bra. And then I went to UK and I performed there as well. So those 2 races, I didn't get to run to my best ability. But then I came back, it went away. Then it came again.
No.
Yes, and the third time it came again, I was running outside. I was still able to train, but I was breathing hard. And then my quad, the first rep I did, my quad got tight. And then I continued training and then I started feeling my calf. So for 3 weeks, I had calf problem. The first time I put on a spikes was that Saturday before my birthday, Sunday. I was able to put on a spikes. And mind you, this is 2 weeks out from Grand Slam shit.
Wow.
I was just praying and just asking God to just help me. I have friends that were praying with me to get healed and I got healed. Even the Tuesday before leaving the Wednesday for Grand Slam, I almost strained my hamstring or pulled my hamstring because I'm not used to wearing the spikes so much and I was doing a fast workout and I just felt something so I had to stop. So even in Grand Slam, it was a lot of soreness, it was a lot of tightness while I was racing the 800. And that's why I was so happy to have run 159 for my first outdoor 800. And then the year of 2023 as well, the year of World Champ, I had a car accident. Coming from the Atlanta City Games, totaled my car.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was in May. And I ran a 400, I think, in July. So I think because of the accident, later down in the year, I end up having a nerve issue. From July all the way up to September, I had a nerve issue and the nerve issue went away right before the Prefontaine Diamond League finals. That's why I was able to run 155. Before that, I was struggling. I would be fine up until 700 and I start fading. But persons will look at that and say, oh, she always went out and then she faded. But that was not the problem. I literally had a restriction going on in my hamstring and it was the lower part too, right there on my knee, right down there. So I could not run the way I wanted to run.
Wow. Thank you for sharing all that because people have no clue what's actually going on for the athlete. So I thank you for giving that insight into us. You mentioned that people were saying things that were just not true, that you were fading at the 700. What things do you want to straighten out that you think that the media has historically maybe gotten wrong about you or just hasn't accurately depicted you or parts of your story?
Sometimes my coach and I, we will be working on something. So we want to get out in a certain time to see, hey, can we manage it? So if we run a race and say, for instance, I get out in 57 and then at the 700, I realize that I am not being able to turn over and finish the race as I'm supposed to finish, then we go back to the drawing book and then we say, okay, we just have to sit here and do such and such. And there's some races that I cannot sit in the back in order for me to run fast because some races is to race, some races is to get a time. So even this Grand Slam, we didn't go there trying to be 57 to the point. No, because I know I have not gotten the chance to do speed stuff for a while because of just not being able to finish training, not being able to run in spikes. It was all flat.
Sure.
That week before I went to this like all flats. Some races, persons will see me out there in front. Some races are probably the middle, and some races are, well, I try not to be at the back, because if I be at the back, then my coach not gonna like that. Unless it happens, you say, like in mid-rows, I couldn't do anything about it. Like, I was just reversing, because I was sick. I couldn't breathe. I wanted to stop in the race, but I just finished the race and to the end. So, but they don't know what we go through, even at Olympic, that nerve issue came back again right before the semifinal. So when I get that bone from the Ethiopian athlete, that throw me off, and then I have to get back into it, and I still run 159. So they don't know your story. Like literally, the nerve issue that I had before in 2023 came back right before I have to run the semifinal.
Yeah. How do you deal with this? No one knows what's going on in your story. You're there living it. You're in the moment at a massive race in your life, and you feel it coming back. How do you stay grounded? How do you stay focused and then also deal with what's going on for you?
Like, it's not a secret. Everyone know that I am a Christian and my faith is like here. God said we should leave everything to him. So I often pray, and if I'm feeling overwhelmed, I try not to, focus on the negative. I will go in prayer. A lot of persons don't like when people push their faith out there, but I am not afraid to do that because I know who I serve. And it helps me through things. It helps me a lot. Because even as I said, like when I met in that accident, I was afraid to go to sleep because I'm afraid that I have an internal bleeding or something. I didn't want my husband to come off the phone. Just traumatizing. It was so traumatizing. And so all those things, and especially if I know something is going on with me, I think my confidence level is up like this because I know I'm going through something. So if I go in a race, I don't have nothing to lose. Well, I do because my sponsors are not looking at the fact that something is wrong. They don't know. But I'm like, I just need to just go there and compete. Just run the way you can run, and don't think about the negative.
You mentioned that faith is a big part of your life. Would love to hear about that. How did you find your faith and what does that mean to you today?
Ever since I was a little girl, I've always loved church. We had a pastor in my community that everyone loved. I used to go by his house when he was sick and sing for him. And I often always say, I don't care what nobody has to say. I know that this man blessed me. The way I am now, God has to use him to bless me, just like how Samuel did for David. Like he poured anointed oil on him and blessed him so he can become king. I feel like he anoints me, and not everyone could go into his space. He would not talk to them, but I was able to be one of those persons to be in his space, singing for him, singing him to glory. That's what his wife will say. You were there singing the song to him, never knowing that you were singing him to go home to Christ. And then, I have always seen myself as different from everyone in my community as well. When I was in high school, everyone thought that I was already baptized when I was not. I baptized when I was probably like 18.
Okay.
Because I wanted to baptize before that because we have a road race in Jamaica. It's on the Sunday. So it's always the last Sunday in January. And every last Sunday was baptism at my church. So I couldn't go. But guess what? In 2009, that road race got canceled. I was able to baptize. I think God did that for me. And from ever since that time, of course I falter along the way. But listen, God gave me my chance to do whatever I want to do when I come to the U.S. Because in Jamaica, I didn't even go to a party. Came to the U.S., I was going to all parties with friends and stuff. But then God was like, okay, time is up. It's my time. It's my time. So 2017, I told everyone that was the year when I wanted to give up on track and field. But that was the year that I got closer to God.
Ah, okay.
Yes, I got filled with the Holy Spirit. I was praying for persons. I always said that was one of the worst years of my life, but turned out to be the best year of my life because I was able to draw closer and closer to God that year. And from that year until now, I've never looked back. My career went up like this. 2018, I ran 1+61. From that time, I was in top 5 in the world every year. So I know it's because of my faith. And I don't know about persons, but I fear God. I don't play with that. I fear him a lot because a lot of people, they do whatever they want and just bored with it. But I'm like, I'm not going to do this because I don't want God to beat me. But, I just love Christ. I love God. I love Jesus Christ. Jehovah Jireh. I love him. And I don't try to force it on people, but I try to encourage people. And if I speak with you, I try to feel you out first before I throw that on you.
Totally.
And sometimes God just lets you end up talking about it. And then I'm like, ooh, and jump right in.
Well, thank you for sharing all of that. I firmly believe that whatever faith is a part of you is a huge part of your story. And not everyone has it, not everyone wants it, but I know it is a huge part of yours. And I love that you feel so passionately about it. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You mentioned that when you were in Jamaica, you had to give up a lot of things, that you weren't baptized until later because meets were on Sunday, that you didn't really go to parties until you came to the US. So for athletes who are currently in that period where they are not sacrificing, but perhaps foregoing things for their athletic careers, what advice would you give them?
I would say just use it. If you're a faith-based athlete, like if you love Christ, just use it and saying that Christ is using me to track and field to bring others to you. So even if you're not able to, go to church on Sundays or you're performing, just know that Christ is using you on that platform to bring others to you. So don't take it as, oh, I'm sacrificing church or I'm sacrificing my faith for track and field, because he gave you that, way of going about and using your talent to showcase across the world so that they know that Christ is the reason I am able to do this. So I was able to showcase my talent across the world, in Europe, all over the world, meet other athletes that, they love Christ just the same, and we will come together. We can't get to go to church at Diamond League, but we still able to come together and just focus on God and pray before we have to compete and support. One of my friends, Nicola McDermott from Australia, we led a Bible study for athletes, student athletes, whether you're in college and professional level. I think even for high schoolers, we should include them. We try to come together once a week to just talk about God and pray.
You're literally building a global community of women of faith in sports. That's incredible.
Yeah, she's in Australia, so it's 8 o'clock here and it's like 10 o'clock there when we have the Bible studies.
Wow, that is so cool. One thing you mentioned that I wanted to circle back on is that you have sponsors and your sponsors don't know what's going on with your nerve issue when that came back. They don't see that. So for you, can you share anything a little bit about what your journey with your sponsorships has been like?
It's been good. I think I am one of their best 800 athletes. And every time I step out there on the track, I ensure that I'm putting my best foot out there and ensuring that I'm doing everything that they want me to do, like to run a certain time, be in a top whatever. So, but, Adidas has been a great sponsor for me. They sponsored my high school back in Jamaica when I was there. So I know them for years. So if I'm supposed to go in get a different sponsor, it would be different. I wouldn't know what to expect from them. But Adidas has been by my side from ever since. And I appreciate them a lot, because there are times when I thought that I would get dropped, but they still hold on and gave me a contract. And I just want to continue with that. I want to make sure that this year that I'm able to compete the way I'm supposed to compete, so that they can still say, hey, she's still doing something.
You're doing more than something. So, Natoya, what are your hopes for the coming years?
Definitely to, of course, get a medal finally at World Champs. I've been aiming years of hard work. I'm this close to getting it, and then something happened. But, I just want to continue this year and just stay injury-free, of course, and so I can be able to train, to put in the work. Because if I don't put in the work, then you won't be able to perform. And just to go there and just show the world that Natoya Goule is still here. Even though I'm 34 years old, I'm still running amongst the best. And I am still considered one of the best. So I want to keep it that way and just let them know that I am here to stay until I'm ready to go.
As a 37-year-old, I absolutely love that. Natoya, women's sports are booming. They're absolutely blowing up globally. What is the future of women's sports that you want to see?
I want to see us being paid equally as the men. If we are out there competing, you want to enjoy us. We can entertain you in a way that you want to go. I was a part of an all-women track and trail meet last year in New York. Oh, we went to Alos. Yes. And that support that we get, I was like, wow, they actually like us. They actually like us. So
Incredible.
I am looking forward to seeing more stuff come out for women. You know, like they want us, especially like women basketball. I don't think they get as much support as the men.
They don't, not even close.
Yeah. So I would want to see every woman's sport being able to showcase their talent and not being paid less. And there are persons out there supporting them and not being bored and not, saying that we're not equal to men and all those things. Come on.
If we weren't here, no one would be here. So
Yes. I know the men helped a little, but women brought the 9 months. I have to go and labor for how much hours, right?
wild. Literally superhuman. Like women are goddesses. You create life. We create life.
Yes, I don't have any children. What I've heard is a life and death situation within that giving birth. So you gotta respect us. And if we're gonna go there and put our body through something similar to birth, because racing and training is just so hard. I'm not comparing to birth, but it is just as hard. Just imagine. Give us the credit that we deserve.
Absolutely. I hope that we can be a small part of giving you that credit. You mentioned Alos, huge fan. What was that experience like for you, and why do those events matter?
Oh my gosh. I felt like a princess. I really did feel like a princess. It was basically first class everything.
As it should be.
Right? From flights to getting picked up at the airport to everything that they do there. They let us take picture with Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I liked? To see those, movie stars come out.
So cool.
And support us. Oh my gosh, it was so... I get to see some of my favorite there. I was like, oh my God, it was amazing. I love it. And I can't wait to see what they do in the there. It only gets better, I'm pretty sure. It only gets better. And Alexa, he's so cool.
I'm obsessed. I think he's such a rock star. What he's doing for moving forward.
So down to earth, so cool. Even though he came up with this idea, he doesn't take all the credits for himself. Because I'd be telling him, oh, thank you for all this, and you've done such a good job. It was like, it's everybody. And his team, they're top tier. Like, they are really good people. They're really nice.
Absolutely love to hear it. We're so excited to support Alos however we can. 2 final questions. The first is, what would you say to your younger self? Let's say 9-year-old Natoya is listening to you, who's at the front of the pack, letting it, and her brother's trying to catch up to her. What do you wish you knew when you were that age?
Oh, I wish I knew what life was gonna bring me, what it is to be able to experience all this. Like, I'm really proud of who I've become. Like my dad, I'm sorry that he's not here to be able to witness all of this, because he loved track and field. He loved supporting me when I was in primary school. He got sick when I was in my first year at high school. He got sick and then he died within like probably 5 months later, But I was like, I am proud. So 9-year-old, 8-year-old Natoya, like, we are accomplishing a lot that we never dream of, knowing that the world is our space. This world is our space. It is so amazing. Like, so when I look back and see, and I lay down in my bed and I start crying, I'm like, thank you, God, for all that you have done for me. I can't believe that I'm here. I'm doing what I'm doing. A lot of persons say, oh, you're a star. I don't see myself as that. I see myself as a simple little girl from Coffee Grove, Manchester in Jamaica. I am like the type of person, I'm down to earth. Like the other day, there's a video going around with me getting all crazy. That's who Natoya Goule is. I'm very vibrant. And when she was a young girl, I think she was the same person. Vibrant, easygoing. I'm a very nice person. I'm feisty, but I'm very nice.
They're different. You can be feisty and nice at the same time.
Yeah, but I am really proud of the girl that I've become. I'm married now to a great husband. He's also an Olympian for Trinidad and Tobago, and he's so supportive. I'm just so proud of. Girl, you're a married girl. You have a car, you got a house. Girl, you made it.
You're living the life.
The Olympian. Like, I could never ask for anything else. I'm really proud.
You made me cry.
But something went in your eyes.
It's the dust, absolutely. I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. I also lost my dad within 5 months, and it's horrible. So I'm so sorry. Thank you for sharing that. He would be so proud of you, Natoya, and everything you're doing. You're such a ray of light and hope in this world.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
You know what? Everything happens for a reason.
When did he die?
8 years ago.
Oh, mine was in 2005. So it's a long time ago. I'm sorry to hear about your dad.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Because you did mention your husband, what is it like being married to a fellow Olympian?
He's so strict with me because he wants him to do well. You know those parents that want a child to do well, like if you want to be a lawyer, doctor, or something, you gotta be in your book. He's like my dad. He's a motivator. He is my rock. Like, he's a big part of my success as well.
Thank you for sharing that. Last question is, what do you want people to do after hearing your story?
I want them to see Natoya Goule in a different way. Not the Natoya Goule of just running track and field, but know that Natoya Goule is someone else as well. There's plenty to Natoya Goule. She loves sports, but she also loves acting. I love to talk a lot. I love it. I love media, like stuff like what you're doing now. I would probably one day want to do it as well. I love this. I've been talking about wanting to do my own show, like my podcast and stuff too. If I get the chance to do this with you, you would help me a lot.
You got it. Okay.
And I want them to take us women seriously. We're not just out there to look sexy on the track and look pretty and stuff like that. It means a lot to us to be able to be out there on the track doing something that we're passionate about. Because I know they look at us women as being like these sexy, cute athletes out there competing and we put together and stuff like that. And the image is great, but there's also more to just being sexy and cute and beautiful out there competing. We have got, and we want the glory out there on the track. We want to be able to, show them our talent. Because you can be the most talented person out there and you still won't have an image.
Of course.
Like I've seen so many people out there, they're so fast, but they don't have an image. So take us seriously, not just for how we look, but for what we can do as well.
Thanks for tuning in to Flame Bearers Unedited. If you like what you're hearing, please leave us a positive review on your favorite podcasting platform or YouTube. If you want to see more behind the scenes coverage, follow us on social media. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, whatever platform you're on, we're there too. Thanks, and we'll catch you on our next episode.